Recruiting is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You can never go through it again. That's why in over 30 years, I have never met a family that has started too soon or had too much help. A scouting evaluation is going to do three things for you. Number one, you're going to learn what college coaches are actually looking for and how recruiting works. Number two, you're going to get an honest assessment to see what types of programs your student athlete might qualify for. And number three, you are going to develop a game plan for success. We survey thousands of student athletes each year, and the common denominator is this: the evaluation by the NCSA scout was the most important 30 minutes of their life. Did you know most athletes and families spend more time planning their family vacation than developing a successful game plan to maximize the recruiting process? Every year, thousands of deserving athletes fall through the cracks. It's not because they're not good enough or smart enough. It's because they never put together an active, effective plan to maximize their recruiting and scholarship process. How can you avoid making this mistake? Put together a plan. As soon as an athlete makes a commitment to becoming a college athlete, the family should sit down and put together a plan that includes a review of NCAA core course requirements and rules, a list of 50 to 100 realistic, and I say realistic, schools to target, an understanding of the recruiting timeline, who is responsible for what in the process, and measurable goals that will ensure success. In order to help families get ahead, NCSA scouts speak with thousands of families each month and develop what we call a MAP, M-A-P, a measurable action plan. What we have found is that more than 92% of families who develop a MAP and execute the plan effectively will play in college, compared to 5% who don't. We always tell families a failure to plan is a planning to fail. Given what's at stake, this life-changing process, failure is not an option. I recommend every family sit down and put together a plan. For serious athletes and families who want to get ahead, the best thing you can do for your future is schedule a MAP session. It will be the most important decision and discussion of your entire life. The key word is urgency. It's not too late, but you better be urgent about getting your information to the right coaches, I repeat that, to find the best fit. If you're a senior right now and you have not been contacted and you think, let's say you're a Division I player or a Division II player, maybe you're not. Maybe you're a Division III player or a Division I AA or whatever the different sport is. You have to understand where you are in the process as a senior and who you fit, and then be active, be urgent, and get your information to those college coaches so you'll have the opportunity to live your dream. The question is, how long should I wait to follow up on a contact I've made to a coach earlier? I think it's important not to be too pushy, not to be overbearing. So I would say this: if you have new information, so you've played a game or whatever it is, and you've gotten bigger, stronger, faster, you have new video, when you have new information, it is appropriate to contact the coach again, okay? Always have a purpose for the contact, not just to have a conversation, okay? They're getting calls and letters and videos and all this communication, and they have to weed through it all, okay? Be smart about it and always accomplish something when you follow up on an original contact. And also be sure that it's the right school, that it's the right fit for you. If you're contacting Division I coaches and you're a Division II or III player, you got to understand that and know that they may not get back to you because of the hundreds of athletes that contact them, okay? Be smart about it. Follow up when it's appropriate. Guys, the questionnaire is the key to unlocking the college coaches database. Now think of that. If I'm a freshman, right, or I'm going into my freshman year, I want to fill out questionnaires and send it to college coaches, hopefully college coaches that I can play at. You know, you got to project yourself a little bit. But that questionnaire goes into that college coach, and they're going to put it in a database because they have to, because you sent it to them. And they got to do something with that questionnaire when they get it, right? Because if I'm a coach and I don't do anything with some questionnaire that a kid sent me, and my head coach sees that he's going to go play at you're going to go play at the rival school, and we had your information in the database, man, I'm fired, right? Send it to the coach. They're going to evaluate it. They're going to look at your height and weight and your grades and all the information that's on that questionnaire, and they're going to make a decision. We're going to recruit this kid some more. We're going to keep him, send him letters. We're going to do all these different things. Now, the questionnaire is not being recruited. The questionnaire is about information. There's a lot of follow-up after the questionnaire, and that's when you become the recruit. You go from a prospect to being a recruit, okay? And the questionnaire is the key that unlocks the door to that coach's database. That's really important. Sounds simple, but it's really important. Make it easy for college coaches to recruit you. Get that questionnaire to the right coaches, and then follow up. Guys and girls, video is king. If you play a sport where they want skills tape or highlight video, that is your calling card. That is what college coaches use to decide to watch more, whether it be to come see you at a showcase, come to a game, watch game video, more video, whatever it is. It is the key to unlock the opportunities to be recruited, is the video. The question is, what is a highlight video? Okay, first of all, let me say this. It is the most important thing you're going to do to get a college coach to see you and decide to watch more. Okay, a highlight video is your best plays in your sport that you can do at a college level. Does that make sense? So in other words, if you're a running back right now, let's just take football, but you know you might end up being a defensive back, or you could play either side of the ball, then that highlight video has to show the skills to play whatever it is you're going to play in college to the college coach, right? Most coaches project athletes. It is the key, the ticket to the college coach's database, to the college coaches knowing who you are and wanting to see more.
The best place to put my athletic and academic resume is online. It gives a college coach an opportunity, whether he's in his office, whether he's on the road, wherever he may be, to see the things that he needs to know about you, athletically and academically.
I get a lot of questions about camps, clubs, showcases, all the different things where you go to be tested and evaluated and have an opportunity to learn about your sport. And there's two different kinds. There's the ones that the athletic programs run, the universities, the colleges run. Those are run by the college coaches, okay? You're going to their campus or wherever their site is, and they are putting you through drills, right? They are really making money. College coaches use camps to make money, okay? If they have a one day and it's called an evaluation camp or a recruiting camp, that is when you want to attend. Now, I'm not saying don't go and get coached and learn from a great college coach. I'm not saying that. But it is not where you go to be discovered. That's the key. I've been in college football 30-some years, and I can't even think of one or two kids that we discovered at a college camp, okay? Now, the other side of this equation is the private clubs, camps, showcases, combines. Now, those are where you want to go if you want to have your statistics, your 40 time, your free throws, how many you made in a row, your three-point shots, your fastball, how fast it is, how fast you get home to first. The clubs, the showcases, they're a great opportunity, one, to be tested and get those testing results to college coaches. Two, measure yourself against other top athletes, okay? And three, it's a great experience. However, research the event. Research who's running it. Research how they get this information to college coaches, if they do. A lot of them promise a lot. Make sure you know how they get it to the college coach, when they get it to the college coach, and if they've had success, okay? Study, research, learn about the people running it, and be careful, just like anything else. Buyer beware, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Multiple coaches have contacted me. Am I being recruited? Great question. Simple answer. What is the contact? Is it a generic letter? Is it something that's sent to all the other athletes at your high school? Or is it something that is coming to you with your name, your address, and all of your specific information? The more personal the contact, the more serious the college coach is. So if you're receiving handwritten notes, if you're receiving phone calls from perhaps the head coach or an assistant coach, then I would say yes, you are probably being recruited by that school. If you're receiving generic materials, in other words, the type that they send out in bulk, then you are just at the very, very first step in the recruiting process, and you've got a long way to go.
A lot of people want to know, what is the high school coach's responsibility in the recruiting process? It really depends on your high school coach. Some high school coaches don't think they need to help or should help in the recruiting process. Others think that's their job, is to help in the recruiting process. Some coaches aren't very good at it. Other coaches are great at it. The one important thing that I think covers all high school coaches and club coaches is their limited number of contacts. And I think it's really important to understand. However they view their role in recruiting, it is your job, the athlete and the family, to get yourself recruited, to get the scholarship, to get on somebody's recruiting list, okay? Understand the coach can help you, communicate with them, let them know that you want to be a college player, and then find out what they can do for you, communicate. That is the key to knowing how to handle the recruiting process and how much or little your high school coach, club coach can help you.
There's two types of visits that student athletes can make to college campuses. One's an official visit, one's an unofficial visit. Let's talk first about the unofficial visit. The unofficial visit is a visit that you completely fund. In other words, you pay for your transportation, any incidentals you have along the way, you pay for your meals. The only thing the college is able to do for you on an unofficial visit is give you 3 tickets to an athletic event that are complimentary on campus. From the other side of the coin, an official visit is a visit that is totally funded by the college or university that you're visiting. They'll pay for your transportation, incidental costs along the way, your food and lodging while you're on campus, and also, again, be able to give you 3 complimentary tickets to any athletic event that takes place on campus while you are there. So one you fund, the unofficial visit, the other one, the school funds, which is the official visit. Let's talk about something that's very important to me. And I'm going to start kind of in the back and then move forward. There is no second chance at a good first impression. What should I do? What should I look like? What should I wear to the initial encounter that I'll have on an unofficial visit or perhaps even an official visit? Number one, before you leave home, take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, if I were a college coach, would I recruit me? In other words, I'm not suggesting you wear a shirt and a tie or a young lady in a business suit or something like that, but at the same time, make sure that you look neat and clean. Young men, wear a collared shirt. If you have your jeans on, make sure your jeans are tucked in. Make sure they're cinched at the belt. If you're going to wear a cap on the visit, make sure you wear your cap like who? Derek Jeter. Straight ahead, very proud, not off to the side. The other thing I would leave at home is all of my jewelry. Leave the bling at home. You don't need it, okay? Just look as though you are going on a business trip for an individual your age. All the unnecessary things, again, leave behind. And again, before you leave for that visit, take a look in the mirror. If I were a college coach, would I recruit me? Great question is, how many official visits are you able to take? Basically, you are able to take 5 official visits, funded visits, at the Division I level. If you take visits below the Division I level, they will count toward those 5 visits if you now are being entertained by a Division I school for official visits. From an unofficial visit standpoint, and I highly suggest you do these, you may take as many unofficial visits as you would like to. Visit as many schools as many times. You can actually make multiple visits to one school, provided they are unofficial visits.
What is a junior day? And I'll say this, junior day is kind of the term, but sometimes sophomores can be invited, freshmen can be invited. What it is a college sets up a day where they invite athletes to come and visit their school. It's an unofficial visit. It's an opportunity to see the campus, have a tour probably, meet coaches, talk about academics. It's really kind of a great experience for you as a junior, as a sophomore, as a freshman, to go to a school, be seen by them, by the college coach, let them eyeball you, and then build a relationship based on that opportunity to be on their campus. Junior days are valuable tools. Use them. First of all, it's the eyeball test, okay? If I haven't seen you on your campus in a game in person in some way, I'm going to watch you walk up the steps or down the hallway or whatever it is. And you got to know this. The coaches are looking at your arm length and your shoulder width and the way you walk. Are your feet at 10-2? Are they straight ahead? All the different things, that eyeball test. And a lot of coaches can tell how athletic you are by how you walk into the room. You're really kind of scary that way, okay? The other thing they do is they get a chance to meet you and make a decision, do you fit? Okay? And then you have the decision, do I fit with them? Do I want to be on their team, their roster? Okay? And they're getting other people's information too. So you go and see an academic advisor, or you see a position coach or the trainer or someone else that they have there, or somebody's taking you on a tour. You're being evaluated at that moment as well. As soon as you walk on campus, you're being evaluated as an athlete and as a person. Okay? Understand that that's what junior days are for. That's why college coaches have them, and that's why it's important for you to go and be on your best behavior, dress the right way, shake hands, look them in the eye, be positive, and it'll be a great junior day for both parties. We get a lot of questions about what are college coaches looking at to evaluate a prospect, okay? And I think it's always key to remember that a prospect is different than a recruit. A prospect is someone that college coaches are looking at. A recruit is someone college coaches are contacting, okay? But coaches look at a prospect, and they really use three things. And talent is the easiest of the three things, okay? You can put on a skills tape or go watch a track meet or put on a football or a soccer video, volleyball video, and you're going to be able to watch that athlete. And video is so important. But there's other things. It's character is being evaluated by the college coach. One of the great places to find out about an athlete's character is Facebook. Think about this. Facebook is where college coaches go to determine your character, whether you're in 9th grade or 11th grade. And we're looking at your pictures, at the groups you belong to, at the messages, all the things that you put on Facebook, and in a lot of cases, YouTube. College coaches are evaluating. And then we talk to the coaches, we talk to the trainers, the equipment guys, the principals, right, of the school. Everybody that knows you a little bit, even the opposing coach, we are talking to them about you. And not always about talent. It's a lot of times it's about how you carry yourself. And the third thing is academics, okay? You cannot be recruited if you're not a good student. That is it. It can knock you out of the opportunity of a lifetime 100%, right? Don't forget to be great in 9th grade. And if you weren't, if you're a junior watching this and you struggled in 9th grade or maybe in 10th grade, fix it. Go to summer school, right? You have 16 core classes, depends on the different sport, the different level of NAIA, JC, Division II, Division III. There's different kind of grade point averages and test scores and things. Make sure that you know that you are on track to play at the level that you believe you can play, okay? And reality comes in many forms. The reality of you're a good enough student to attend any school, and remember that the schools have admissions standards as well. So whatever the school, you better be sure that you can get admitted even if you're a qualifier, right? Character and your ability. Those are the three things college coaches look at when they're evaluating you, and you better be aware of what you did in 8th grade or 9th grade that could impact that, or what you're doing right now. Okay? 3 things. Easy. Make sure that you got them all in line, and you'll be a heck of a recruit.
Let's talk just a bit about a couple of terms that may seem very obvious. One, a prospect, two, a recruit. Let's talk about a prospect first. A prospect is any student athlete who has completed the 8th grade education, and that's in the eyes of the NCAA. So you become a prospect immediately after the 8th grade. If you play basketball, it's right after the 7th grade. Once you are involved in the system and schools start to show interest in you, whether it be by mail, whether it be by email, whether it be via telephone, whether it be through your high school coach, when the interest starts to stem, now you become a recruit. You're a prospect until those college coaches start to actually show interest in you. After that, you become a recruited student athlete.
The NCAA Eligibility Center certifies that college-bound student athletes hoping to compete in Division I or Division II athletic programs qualify as amateurs and have met all academic requirements. Prospective student athletes must complete the required core courses listed below. Even if you don't think you'll play Division I or Division II athletics, you should still register just in case. You cannot compete in Division I or Division II athletics unless you meet the initial eligibility standards. Register with the NCAA at the end of your junior year. Your transcript should be sent directly from your high school to the Eligibility Center as soon as you've completed the 6 semesters of high school. All SAT and ACT test scores must be sent directly from the testing agency.
What is the NCAA Clearinghouse?
The NCAA Clearinghouse, now called the Eligibility Center, is the branch of the NCAA that oversees an athlete's eligibility throughout their college athletic career. The NCAA Eligibility Center ensures that college athletes all adhere to the same requirements and that individual schools enforce those rules upon their athletes. Prospective student athletes must meet the requirements set forth by the NCAA Eligibility Center if they want to be able to compete in NCAA sports. The NCAA Eligibility Center facilitates the eligibility process for all athletes looking to participate in collegiate sports at its member schools. Once cleared by the NCAA, the Eligibility Center also works to ensure that college athletes maintain their eligible status by requiring them to continue to meet academic and athletic stipulations in order to remain eligible throughout their college careers. Feel free to learn more at our website, athleticscholarships.net. Get recruited to play college sports today.
How do I submit my SAT and/or ACT scores to the NCAA Eligibility Center?
In order to get cleared to compete in the NCAA collegiate sports, you will need to send your SAT and/or your ACT test scores directly to the NCAA Eligibility Center. When you register for the test, make sure you include the NCAA Eligibility Center on the list of institutions to receive the test scores by using the numerical code 9999. They will not accept test scores written onto high school transcripts, only those sent directly to them from the College Board. You can also request that scores be sent to the NCAA Eligibility Center on the College Board website at collegeboard.org.
The question often asked by all student athletes, what level can I play at? What level can I participate at? What are my abilities and how do they transfer into the various levels of college sports? This answer is simple. The one thing you need, and it's critically important, is a third-party evaluation. And what is a third party? A third party is someone that colleges have gone to in the past and received credible information. A third party could be your high school coach. A third party could be actually some type of a venue that you participated at. A third party could be NCSA. And I say this kind of jokingly. Your parents are not a third party. If you are a basketball player and I ask your mom, you're a point guard, how good are you? She's going to say, certainly as good as Michael Jordan was. And that's because the people that are around us, they love us. And they see us a lot of times at a higher level. So make sure you get a third party that's a reliable resource to colleges and universities across the country. The other way that you can kind of do a self-evaluation is to take your skills, your height, your weight, your speed, all the tangibles, and compare them to a roster of players, a current roster of players at a school that you have a serious interest in. Third party, look at the roster. You'll start to formulate your idea as to where you can play college athletics.
The first item to know is that you can receive generic college information from a college coach at any time. You may receive recruiting emails September 1st of your junior year, except for men's basketball and men's ice hockey, who may receive recruiting materials on June 15th after their sophomore year. Remember, you may call a college coach at any time, but the college coach will not be able to call you back until certain dates for specific sports. For those specific dates for your sport, you can find them in the NCAA guide for the college-bound student athlete. Every athlete will need to apply to the university just as every other student would. Oftentimes, the coach will ask you to send your application directly to them once it is completed, instead of sending it to the admissions office, allowing that coach to turn in all their student athletes' paperwork at one time. Depending on the situation, athletes sometimes receive more leniency on being accepted into a particular school than non-athletes. Going in through the athletic door at a college or university can sometimes be easier than going in through the academic door. If you have any more questions admissions, call us at 866-577-6272 or visit our website at ncsasports.org.
The NJCAA, or the National Junior College Athletic Association, is the governing body for 513 junior and community college programs around the country for 15 different sports. Most junior colleges are two-year academic institutions, but do offer transferable credit to four-year colleges and universities. The NAIA stands for National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. They're the legislator of sports at over 300 college athletic departments nationwide. NAIA schools are typically smaller than NCAA schools and often have some type of religious affiliation associated with them. We often link them to the level of play of NCAA Division II programs.
Ivy League schools do not offer athletic or academic scholarships. What they can offer is need-based aid, okay? It's all dependent on how much your family makes and what kind of assets you have. If your family makes under $75,000, just to throw that out there, there's a chance that you will not pay anything to go to an Ivy League school. As you move up from that amount of money or that asset range, you will start paying more incrementally. Okay, some schools in the Ivy League calculate need-based different than other schools. So at Dartmouth, if someone got a better read from maybe Cornell or Harvard, we could then go ahead and match that academic read in order to give them more money, so that money wasn't the determination of which Ivy League school they would attend.
Each NCAA D1 and D2 member school uses a recruiting calendar when recruiting. There are 4 different periods that a coach must follow. The 4 periods are: contact period. During this time, a college coach may have in-person contact with you and or your parents on or off the college's campus. The coach may also watch you play or visit your high school. You and your parents may visit a college campus. Dead period. A college coach may not have any in-person contact with you or your parents on or off campus at any time during a dead period. The coach may write and telephone you or your parents during this time. The evaluation period. During this time, a college coach may watch you play or visit your high school, but cannot have any in-person conversations with you or your parents off the college's campus. You and your parents can visit a college campus during this period. A coach may write and telephone you or your parents during this time as well. The quiet period. A college coach may not have any in-person contact with you or your parents off the college's campus. The coach may not watch you play or visit your high school during this period. You and your parents may visit a college campus during this time, and a coach may write or telephone you or your parents at this time. Now let's discuss some other terms in recruiting. When you go on an official visit, they can pay for your airfare, not for your parents, they meaning the college. They can give you gas money if you drive. They can pay for your hotel, food, and reasonable entertainment expenses while on your 48-hour trip, and that includes your parents. In order to take an official visit, you must be registered with the NCAA Eligibility Center and have an ACT, SAT, or PLAN score, and for D1, you must provide your transcript. An unofficial visit is at your own expense, and you could take as many as you wish. The only expense you may receive from the college is 3 complimentary admissions to a home athletics contest. You become a prospective student athlete when you start 9th grade classes. Unless you are a men's basketball player, you become a prospect in 7th grade. At any time during the recruiting process, you can commit to a college before you have applied or before you have signed the National Letter of Intent. Since a verbal commitment is not binding on the recruit or the college, it is important that you have built a strong relationship with the coaching staff and you have done your research with other programs. By signing a National Letter of Intent, NLI, the student athlete agrees to attend the college for 1 academic year. In exchange, that college must provide athletic financial aid for 1 academic year. If you have questions about the NLI, visit the website at www.national-letter.org or call 317-223-0706. What is the National Letter of Intent? The NLI. And you hear about signing day, right? Well, there are signing periods, basically. The National Letter of Intent is a contract, in essence, between you as the athlete and the university or college. That's basically it. When you sign the National Letter of Intent, and you only get to do it one time, you sign that National Letter of Intent, that is a contract with that school, that college, that university for 1 year. For that scholarship, for that financial aid, for you participating in their program, okay? Pretty simple, just an agreement, a contract with you and the school, the National Letter of Intent. A great question is about scholarship offers and financial aid. It doesn't have to be the full scholarship. It can be a number of different things, the offer of a roster spot, whatever it is. The question comes up about, well, how long should I wait to make the decision? What if other coaches are putting pressure on me? You know, how do you handle the offer and the commitment, okay? It's really, really important. The most important thing, though, is to be honest with the coaches, okay? Tell them what's going on. It helps you with leverage, first of all. It helps them understand that they don't have all the cards, okay? That you have some cards in your pocket. It gives you a little bit of leverage, okay? The other thing is if you are ready, and you know you want to go to a school, no reason not to pull the trigger. Have conversations with your family, people who are important to you, advisors that you trust, and again, talk to the college coaches at the different programs. It's a once-in-a-lifetime decision that will impact the rest of your life. So don't unturn, okay, or don't leave any stone unturned when it comes to researching and doing your due diligence to know what decision to make, when to commit, okay, when to string it along a little bit, when to bide more time, but be honest, direct with the coaches, ask questions, and I think you'll be able to see when the right time is to make the decision. Once you sign the National Letter of Intent and your parent or guardian signs with you, that agreement is with that university, school, college, okay, that is a binding agreement. If you decide to go and cancel that agreement or go to another school, you're going to have to pay a penalty, and it's usually you sit 1 full year, okay? And then there are other conference rules that'll come into play, but just think of it as a contract. You are signing a contract on the national letter of intent to go to that school. If you decide to go somewhere else, there will be a penalty. It's that simple. Athletic scholarships are awarded by NCAA Divisions I and II colleges and universities. Division III colleges and universities do not award financial aid based on athletics ability, but you may be eligible to receive academic scholarships or need-based financial aid. It is important to understand several points about athletic scholarships. Does the NCAA award athletic scholarships? No. Individual colleges and universities award athletic scholarships, not the NCAA. Division I and II schools offer athletic scholarships. Division III colleges and universities offer academic scholarships only. NCAA colleges and universities provide more than $1.5 billion, with a B, in athletic scholarships annually. Is an athletic scholarship guaranteed for 4 years? At a minimum, an athletic scholarship must be a one academic year agreement. In Division I, colleges and universities are permitted to offer multi-year scholarships. Athletic scholarships may be renewed, and the college or university must notify the student athlete in writing by July 1 whether the athletic scholarship will be renewed for the next academic year. Individual colleges and universities have appeal policies for scholarships that are reduced or not renewed. In most cases, the college decides who gets a scholarship, what it covers, and whether it will be renewed. What do athletic scholarships cover? Division I and II athletic scholarships are awarded in a variety of amounts. Colleges and universities are permitted to provide a student athlete with tuition and fees, room, board, and required course-related books. Can student athletes receive other non-athletic financial aid? Yes. Thousands of student athletes benefit from academic scholarships and need-based aid, such as federal Pell Grants. In addition, there is money available from the NCAA's own Student Athlete Opportunity Fund. Sometimes student athletes cannot accept certain types of aid because of NCAA amateurism or financial aid requirements. You must report all scholarships you receive to your college financial aid office. Student athletes and parents with questions or additional financial aid should check with the athletics department of the college or university or the college or university's financial aid office. Do many high school athletes earn athletic scholarships? No. Very few, in fact. According to recent statistics, about 2% of high school athletes are awarded athletic scholarships to compete in college. The small number means high school student athletes and their parents need to have realistic expectations about receiving an athletic scholarship to play sports in college. Academic, not athletic achievement is the most reliable path to success in life.